What's good? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. We got my homie Moni Brown TV in here with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, it's always
All
a
right,
pleasure to
back.
kick with my dude, CJ, man.
Oh, for sure. I caught you with Correa last night, a little bit, what I could watch.
Yeah, Correa on that bullshit again.
Hell yeah. He gonna ride for his boy Earl, man.
Oh man, 110%. He has some good
That's how
points.
that's how it's supposed to be. That's how before we kick it off. That's how Mexicans, Puerto Ricans is. They stand behind their people, man.
Exactly,
So,
exactly. Especially coming out of Dallas, though, like Correa say, man, we ain't never had nothing like this out of Dallas.
exactly. Now boxing is starting to go. The South is starting to take over boxing.
Yeah.
We're taking over boxing for sure. We about to start in 1 minute, people. Just putting the leaks out there. We're gonna start with that Bob Arum thing we talked about first.
Yeah.
If y'all know, the whole situation with Lomachenko, Golden Boy, Jorge Linares, um, you know, what I'm gonna break down the situation, and then we're gonna go into what you talked about Crawford and Lomachenko and stuff of that nature. What happened
Yeah.
was this. All right, somewhere, Jorge Linares and Lomachenko, they started talking shit to each other basically, and Lomachenko was on social media, egging Jorge Linares on and saying that he wanted him to send that contract. And shout out to my boy Fannin, Fanon. I can't pronounce names that good, but Fannin Boxing International Boxing. Homie showing much love. We go back and forth. And shout out to my boy Brandon Taylor, BT at True School Sports as well. We may not always see eye to eye, but I got mad respect for him. And we might have to get a bet going on that Jose Ramirez and Miramon fight. He think Miramon gonna win. I can see Miramon winning, but I'm riding with Jose Ramirez. But basically Bob Arum's inability to work with other major promoters. Now, we talked about it several times. Fannin Boxing mentioned it today on his channel, saying that only time that Bob Arum really worked, with a major A-side and A-side fighters with other promoters is when it went to purse bid. Now, people say Molina and Felix Diaz versus Crawford. Those aren't guys that command a 6-figure purse, a 7-figure purse, excuse me. Those are guys that got paid $250,000, 200,000, somewhere in that range, which it ain't hard to find for a network to dish that out. When you're talking about, Crawford versus Earl Spence or Lomachenko versus Linares, both of them command 7-figure paydays. So you wonder why Rigondeaux happens, because Rigondeaux only made $400K. That's nothing to find for ESPN to pay for Rigondeaux to come onto their network and get slaughtered, which pretty much everybody that wasn't biased towards Rigondeaux knew that was going to happen. But now that Eric Gomez, the president of Golden Boy Promotion, is saying that Bob Arum hasn't called them about Lomachenko, and Lomachenko's popping off at social media, it's not a good look. But, those top-ranked guys and people that hate Premier Boxing champions or whoever you don't like, they can continue to be blind. So what you think about the whole situation with them not, calling Golden Boy or, not receiving Golden Boy calls about Linares and Lomachenko?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like he was bluffing, man. But to be honest with you, I really thought that fight was go get made, Lomachenko and Linares. I was looking forward to the fight. Um, Maybe somewhere down the line, like I say, he probably got Pacquiao to agree to fight him, to where he had to pull it back. Now I won't. Like I said, I like Lomachenko. A lot of people think I'd be hating on Lomachenko, but I respect the man to the fullest. I like him. I see he trying to be great. But at the end of the day, he probably did want to fight my duel Linares. But like you say, Bob Arum probably didn't want that fight to happen all along. You know what I mean? It's just the point of, if Lomachenko was to lose, what could he do? You know what I mean? He let the thunder go to Linares. So with the politics
Yeah.
in boxing, I always thought Bob Arum and De La Hoya do business before they do business with the PBC fighters, like you say, whatever the bias people got towards them. So I look at that situation as, man, Bob Arum making money moves, and he trying to make the best move possible to push Lomachenko front center. You know what I mean? So
He,
it's
he
just a
did
move on
say,
Bob Arum.
excuse me real quick, he did say that they had a plan for Lomachenko already. They basically offered him the Pacquiao fight already, but his dad was like, he trains Alexander Usyk as well, the cruiserweight. He
Right.
picked him up a couple of months ago. His dad said that they want to be more methodical in how they move up. They want to move up to 35 and then gradually test the weight out, which I don't have no problem with. But Bob said he was going to match him with the winner of Moses and Ray Beltran was going down for the WBO belt.
Right.
So I thought he was really going this time, play ball and let Linares fight Lomachenko, but he gonna put him in with Beltran, I believe.
Right. Beltran with Bob Arum, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he gonna keep it in house. He gonna keep it in house, like you say, with the money situation. You don't have to pay Beltran 7 figures to fight Lomachenko. I mean,
yeah,
but Beltran to make he probably make his biggest purse against Lomachenko. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's a look good fight for Lomachenko, and I like Ray Beltran. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be Ricky Burns against Terrence Crawford was a good fight, but you see how tough of a fight it was. Crawford can get him out of there, so it will be a good scrap for Lomachenko. I'm not saying that it ain't no cherry pick, it ain't no pushover, nothing like that. If I think Ray Beltran was good for Terrence Crawford, he good for Lomachenko. But like
I think old boy is a former world champion as well. I heard too. Paulus Moses from Africa. I think he's a former world champion.
Yeah. So it's just it's a way to keep everything in house with Bob Arum. Don't have to go outside your business. You don't have to really do business with the other companies. Linares is more of a threat than Beltran in my eyes, even though Beltran might be the stronger fighter. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be a fighter that comes straight forward like Ray Beltran. Got a little boxing skills, but none to compete with Lomachenko, and I'm gonna keep it real. None to compete with Lomachenko on that level, but it's still a look good fight for Lomachenko. I'm not mad at that fight though. If Lomachenko wants to fight Beltran,
either. I'm just mad that they selling wolf tickets and shit, and Bob Arum is the best promoter in the game. The reason he's the best, more than experience, is because he has the media. He manipulates the media.
There you go.
The best, but Beltran ain't no hoe. I think it's be a good barometer for Beltran to match what he did versus Terrence Crawford and try to one up Terrence Crawford. Beltran did go to Scotland and break Ricky Burns' jaw. I believe he did, or hurt him jaw, and they took it from him. A lot of fishy things go over there with Ricky Burns and stuff. I remember one guy, I think he was from what's those islands? Was it him? The Gonzalez guy. He was from the Bahamas or some Virgin Islands or something he was from. And he was whooping on Ricky Burns, and all of a sudden they stopped the fight like he had an injury. I had never heard from the guy, but the guy was beating on Ricky Burns the whole fight, and automatically he got injured. So, but at the end of the day, Bob Arum, I mean, you have to put yourself in certain people's shoes, though. When you have a business, you want to be in control of everything. You would rather be in control of everything than have to split control with somebody else because, obviously it is what it is. But, when you don't have a large roster, as Top Rank doesn't have the large roster in the weights that matter. They have one guy at light heavyweight, Alexander Usyk, I really know of. They got one guy in Parker. They co-promote at heavyweight. They got they got Michael Hunter. They gave Usyk a good fight at cruiserweight. They got a few guys a little bit Jose Ramirez. They got a few guys everywhere. And Victor Postal, they still promote. They got a few guys a little bit everywhere, but they don't have the talent, let's say, as of what HBO has. Even though they don't have a large talent, they have Rock Nation, Main Events and Golden Boy that they do work with now. Eddie Hearn, they are working with. So it's basically just Top Rank. And then Premier Boxing, they work with Lou DiBella. They work with Eddie Hearn. They work with different promoters. You know what I'm saying? And they have the largest roster in boxing. We all know that. But it seems that, like you pointed out, and we talked about it with Lomachenko and Crawford, it seems that Lomachenko is getting all the glitz and glamour. He's getting spoon-fed, to quote John Wall real quick. He's getting spoon-fed the opportunities while Crawford is just, being a stepchild to Bob Arum. You feel that way as well?
Yeah, I feel that way. I feel like I say, man, it's the Oscar De La Hoya, the Floyd Mayweather theory all over again. But Crawford was third first, and it's just like I'm waiting to see Manny Pacquiao paycheck, man. I was looking at the little smoke thing yesterday with
the Smoke City Mobcast. I'm trying to catch up with that.
But I heard like 78 said, I'm waiting to see what the paycheck is because I really do think like whatever Manny Pacquiao was asking for the fight Terrence Crawford, Bob Arum
it was $20 million.
Yeah, okay, so you didn't want to give it. So I'm just waiting to see how much he pay him to fight if the fight happened because it's still just talks. But if the fight happened, I want to see how much he paying Manny Pacquiao to fight.
It's gonna go to pay-per-view though. It's gonna go to pay-per-view.
For sure, it's gonna be pay-per-view, and that's all I'm saying. Like some dude on my line talking bullshit, talking about y'all Black Americans, y'all hate on Lomachenko. Man, we give Lomachenko all the credit in the world, man.
I
Facts are
do. I do.
facts, bro. Yeah.
When he lost to Orlando Salido, and I know he was going into because Phantom Boxing asked about this earlier about how the purse bid work, and I explain that in a minute. Maybe we can catch the video. But when he lost to Orlando Salido, which everybody is all crazy about, whatever. It wasn't about him losing.
I'm with you. I'm not about. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, I'm just gonna say I'm like you. I'm not crazy about the old neither. But with the Orlando Salido fight, I was going for Lomachenko. I seen all the dirty shit. I was going for Lomachenko to beat Salido. I seen all the dirty shit Salido was doing and all that. But I was still seeing the flashes in Lomachenko while they was praised him so much, and I still gave him the credit.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to get at.
But go ahead, bro.
I was with Brandon Rios and the rest of the boxers that didn't like the simple fact that he got that opportunity so quick. But people forget Leon Spinks got a quick opportunity as well at the heavyweight title. It has been people that got that opportunity. But for me, I seen more at the end of that loss. I seen the fact that, this is a guy that never won 12 rounds in a real pro fight. He had those little pro-am fights in the other little league, and they don't let you open your glove. And I think that's the difference why they don't count those pro fights, because Rasheed Warren was over there as well.
And Michael Collins.
Yeah, I seen a lot in that fight. I seen him kind of adjust in the fight and kind of mature in the fight. And a lot of people say, I thought you hated Lomachenko. I just hated that he got the opportunity. I was listening to Brandon Rios and other fighters saying this and BS. We had to work our way to the top, whatever it may be. But I seen it. And when I was saying what he was going to do to Gary Russell, because Gary Russell, before he became a once a year fighter, right, a lot of people had a lot of hope in Gary Russell. And what happened was,
I'm one of them.
Yeah, and I still got hope in him. I got hope in him. But what I seen in Lomachenko, when I watched the tape, I said Lomachenko's going to beat that guy. Because he had his experience of the 20-something fights that Gary Russell had. He got that experience in 12 rounds with Orlando Salido. And I thought that he was going to beat Gary Russell. I got a lot of hate on that. I was with another boxing channel who was working, and I ended up being right. And niggas had to eat their fucking words. But at the same time, how that fight happened with the purse bid and how the purse bid happened for people to understand. Excuse me. Basically, all right, if they can't come to a deal, I think it has to be a mandatory fight. All right, then the sanctioning body say, okay, they can't come to the deal. All right, whoever wants to put a bid in for this purse bid, it could be any promoter or any promoter, boxing license promoter that want to put the money up. Whoever wins the highest bid, has the highest bid for the fight.
Get the promoter. They get the right to
figure out where that fight goes. So basically, somebody won a fight in Gary Russell's favor. I can't remember who it was. It's not always. It wasn't. They was with Golden Boy, but it's not always Golden Boy. It could be somebody else that won a fight. So they won the purse bid in Gary Russell's favor. The fight went down on Showtime, and Lomachenko, Bob Arum has so much confidence in Lomachenko, he sent him over there to face Gary Russell. And in good faith, even though it was a split decision, in good faith, PBC, before PBC started, but Golden Boy Gary Russell, he, whoever it was, Al Heyman basically, in good faith, they let Lomachenko walk away with that belt. They didn't try to rob him, call it a draw, or nothing like that. Even when Kell Brook came over to face Sean Porter, he walked away with the decision. You know what I'm saying? So in good faith, I think that may be a bridge for Bob Arum to know, okay, if I send Crawford over there, I know he can get a decision because they ain't on that BS or whatever. And that's a sign of good faith right there. When even with the Vaness Monterosi, and people don't remember that, when Vaness fought Arizona Lara the first time, Vaness was on his last fight with Top Rank. And he was a pupil of Freddie Roach, but he fell down the numbers with Freddie Roach.
And they called it a draw, right?
Started getting other people. He sent Peter Quillen off. He sent Vaness Marderosian off. Peter went with Eric Brown. Now he with Virgil Hunter, and Vaness went with somebody else. But Vaness was the HNIC in amateur boxing. He was one of the better ones. He was winning tournaments. He beat Timothy Bradley. But as an Armenian, that's why Top Rank signed him, because he had a following. But he never materialized as the star they thought he was going to be. But Golden Boy or somebody in Arizona Lara favor won that purse bid, and Vaness went over there. It's one of the most ugliest fights you ever seen in your life. It's worse than two. And that was what it was. But I think they spoon feeding Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? And somebody came on my page and said that Bob Arum makes you sign a confidentiality agreement where you can't talk bad about him in public, which I could see happening because I know Al got one as well. So he said he's happy with Bob Arum or whatever it may be, and he talked about the Errol Spence thing. But I think in his heart of hearts, he knows that's not gonna happen. What you think? Or happen anytime soon?
Hold on, repeat that again, bro. I can hear you.
I said in Terrence Crawford heart, his real heart, as far as Bob Arum telling him and showing him that fight with the premier boxing champion guys can happen.
Oh,
I think in his heart, I think he knows. I think it's not. He knows it's not gonna happen. Right now.
Yeah,
anytime soon.
I believe that too. I don't think Bob fit a. Lou DiBella said it the best, man. He's not going to put up X amount of dollars to send his fighter over to PBC, knowing there's a chance he can lose. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I do feel like Bob, he got to try to please Crawford some type of way, bro. That's why I think he getting a Jeff Horn fight. I don't really believe that. I don't think he want to miss out on the opportunity of losing Crawford neither, like he lost Mayweather. Not putting Crawford in Mayweather's shoes, you know what I mean? But he still understands the talent of Terrence Crawford and what he is. Regardless if he praised Lomachenko over Crawford, he understands what Terrence Crawford is. He understands the buzz he do and what he do in Nebraska, even though he ain't doing it worldwide like that. But at the end of the day, Nebraska's still a big-time market. And when you put Warren Buffett as in the seat to watch you, that's saying something.
Yeah, so, let me touch on that for a minute. I don't know a lot of people know the story behind him fighting in Nebraska, and I don't know if you know it. He had to give up a portion of his purse for Bob Arum to believe that he can draw in Nebraska. He had to give money to Bob Arum to let him fight in Nebraska because Bob Arum didn't believe he was a pull. So he had to give a portion to his purse. And that just shows you. Floyd Mayweather just said something. He said, this guy is 90 years old. He said, what else do this guy have to buy? What else do you have to buy?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I done bought every damn thing that I wanted, and he 97 years old. So why did he make Terrence Crawford dig in his own purse instead of put his own money up? But to be fair, Bob Arum ain't putting his money up for Pacquiao, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, or the devil himself. He ain't putting his own money
up. Nah, that's my first time hearing that one.
Yup. When he first fought, I think it was Gamboa, Crawford had to give a portion of his purse back. And that's how a lot of people don't know that's how Lomachenko got his championship fight so quick. Did you know that?
Nope. What he had
Lomachenko kicked back some of his signing bonus to get on the fast track to get the WBO title.
So basically, they got to believe in themselves. If they really believe in themselves, Bob's saying, put your money up if you really believe in yourself.
Yeah, I'm not putting my money up.
I'm not putting my money up.
It ain't the thing about color or Bob and none of that factor. It's the fact about, hey.
And that makes my point.
I ain't mad at him, though.
I ain't mad at him either. If you go
because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to get off topic for a minute. I'm going to tell you the difference between black people and let's just say white people in America. Black people be like, you know what? When I die, I can't take this shit with me.
Right.
I got an uncle that just died and had money and just left it to whoever. You know what I'm saying? But white people set their family up for generations to come. Black people think like, I got enough money. It's never enough money. And I done had conversations with young people, old people that think that way. I said it's never enough money. Even though if you raise your kids the right way to take care of money and be responsible, your money gonna continue to live on. To get off topic for a minute, but. At the end of the day, I think when push come to shove, I think Crawford,
I just want to piggyback on that too. What you're saying, because I've been studying the billionaires and shit, but and we gonna get back to boxing, y'all. But to look at Warren Buffett and how he had his grandchild's working job, they was mad at him. Now I mean, Warren Buffett say he go give his kids, he gonna leave them money, but he say he not leaving nothing to his grandkids. They got to earn it the hard way. He got all that money. He say he gonna set his kids up, but he gonna set them up with a nice amount where they can look out for their kids. But the rest of his money going to philanthropists, you know what I mean? To build hospitals and shit like that. But I like what you touched on that right there, because it's crazy how. But black people, it's some black people that's gonna do it, but you got most black people.
It's the black people that come from. They got those real old school top parents and shit. Them real Southern grandparents that still believe in that type stuff.
Oh yeah, that blue collar.
They won't tell you what they leave though.
Yeah,
you just gonna find out, but they gonna leave it to the people, put in the people that knows financially how to spread it out though. But we gonna have, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this though. At the end of the day, I think if push come to shove, my bro and the rest of my bros out there, I believe that Bob Arum gonna make that fight happen. But I just think. It's going to be on his time. I think it's going to be Benavidez. I think it might be a Crawford-Horn rematch. It may even be a Vasily Lomachenko-Pacquiao win a fight with Terrence Crawford before that. I think he's going to continue. I
was going to look at it like this. Once Crawford win that belt, he's not going to force – and it ain't force feed. He's not going to send Crawford nowhere before he make money off of Crawford at 147 to go lose the WBO. You know, Bob got ties with the WBO. You look at all his champions; they nothing but WBO champions.
And
So
they
he
don't try
not,
to unify usually.
yeah. So he not fit to send Crawford straight to Earl Spence in a unification fight, and knowing it's a possibility he can lose. And you made a big point where you say putting the money up, like he's not putting his money up, so it's not going to happen. Lou DiBella stressed that, and you just stressed it. That just clarified it even more for me, bro. That fight not. But realistically, that fight should be talked about at the end of 19. That's a fight that we
Yeah, but at
should
the
be
end of
like,
the day, I wouldn't even rush the fact of Crawford doing that. I think
yeah,
Jeff Horn is the perfect barometer for Terrence Crawford as far as his physicality and his style.
right.
But why rush into something like that? Even if Crawford team and Bo Mack, we know what he went on record. He's saying he's a very outspoken and flamboyant personality. And we know Crawford got 3 or 4 trainers, but he's the more outspoken one. And he used to be a former boxer as well. But at the end of the day,
Bo Mack, yep.
yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a process though. You just don't go to 147, no matter how great you is, unless you like Shane Mosley or some shit like that,
right?
Or you already established. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna see him to 47 to face a killer and Keith Thurman and Earl Spence, who've been at 47 their whole career. Let him get his feet wet. I like to see him get his feet wet.
I even praised for going. I even praised Crawford for even going to fight Jeff Horn.
Exactly,
you know
that's not
Jeff
an easy
Horn,
fight.
That ain't no, yeah, like I say, that's gonna be a 12-round fight. I got Crawford winning, but people keep Jeff Horn going to sleep. That fight is going 12 rounds, bro. That's going to be a 12-round fight. And Crawford,
but if he stops Jeff Horn, that's gonna be a fucking statement.
If he stop him, it's a statement. That's what people don't understand. If he stop Jeff Horn, it's a statement, bro. That means he ready to fight them big motherfuckers. But if he
exactly like to me, that means he's ready. And then people don't know Jeff Horn's history as well. Jeff Horn took the biggest shots from Randall Bailey, and we seen what Randall Bailey did to Mike Jones.
Mike Jones in the 12th round,
pound for pound in the welterweight division.
11th or 12th round in the last. I know it's the last round where Mike Jones whooping his ass.
I think he hit him with an uppercut or something. He just was never the same. He trained with Floyd Sr. He just never was the same.
I ain't seen Mike Jones ever since.
Me neither. But the thing about Randall Bailey, people consider him as one of the pound for pound hardest punching dudes that won in the welterweight history.
Yeah.
In history. Alexander survived him, but we know Devin Alexander survived Lucas Matisse as well too. And he got put down for the first time versus Matisse in St. Louis. I remember that fight.
Yeah.
But Randall Bailey was something else. So we're gonna jump to this other topic that some reason I don't remember, but hold on. Trying to remember what
we went with shit.
All right, real quick, we really gonna stress the last 2 topics more, but we're gonna just touch on this real quick, fellas. McGregor and Floyd and MMA. Now, I'm gonna tell you how I know this got some traction. I don't know if y'all guys follow the Mayweather boxing channel that his uncles and his dad got set up.
You know, I watch it all.
That's a real thing. They really talking about Floyd going into that mixed martial arts cage, man.
Yeah.
Let me know what you think about that.
Listen to me. I want people to really take this into consideration, man. Floyd getting into the cage fighting Conor McGregor. People saying, "Oh, he going to fight Conor McGregor this, that, and third." Even I was saying, don't do it, but I understand the business side of it. Floyd gonna make an upward over $600 to $700 million if he do get in that ring. But this is the thing, Conor McGregor, bro, he do fight standing up. Now he could use some more attackers on Floyd Mayweather doing other things. Go out, Kyle. He could use other attackers on Floyd Mayweather doing other things, right? But at the end of the day, it's just like me and you, CJ. When Floyd Mayweather can fight, he can wrestle, bro. That's just like if you're in the streets.
Yeah, he had a lot of street fights as well from what I hear.
But I'm just saying in general, bro. Sorry about that's my little. But it's like we grow up wrestling, bro. You understand? We can wrestle. We can street fight. Now the kicks and all that shit might be something different to Mayweather, but for us wrestling, you wrestle in the ring of boxing. You know what I mean? And you see Floyd Mayweather tie up. Like you don't see people really just moving Floyd Mayweather like that.
Yeah, man, Andre Ward, Sean Porter, Chris Eubanks Jr.
Yeah, so I give Conor, when you say the MMA, you got to put Conor McGregor, give him the edge. Of course, that's his sport, that's his world. But just like people gave McGregor a shot against Mayweather in a boxing ring, I think Mayweather got a bigger shot. I'm gonna say I think Mayweather got a bigger shot of beating Conor McGregor in the UFC than McGregor had beat Mayweather in a boxing ring because he still got that punch with smaller gloves, and he ain't gonna do no sparring for real. So he know he gonna have to try to go in there and land a big shot.
Yeah, my main thing with that is him learning how to block the kicks. Now
that's my whole thing too. Blocking kicks, elbows, knees, all that shit.
Yeah, it's certain guys I would give the edge to it. A guy like Herman Cintron, who got a good wrestling background. The Klitschko's, who got a kickboxing background. Jarrell Miller got a kickboxing. Chris Algieri got kickboxing. Lomachenko, obviously, he got wrestling, boxing. He got all types of backgrounds or whatever. Guys like that. But, the thing about me with him would be the hands first and those smaller gloves.
Right.
I mean, he constantly hurting his hands in big gloves. He wear bigger gloves. A lot of people don't realize it. They might say 8 ounces. Floyd gloves maybe 10 ounces just to protect his hands.
He wore the 8s, but like he didn't even spar for McGregor the last round because he tried to preserve his hands. That's why I say
I think a lot of fights, like the Arturo Gotti fight, he had those Asian gloves on. They was bigger than 8-ounce gloves. I don't care what nobody said.
Probably.
Them motherfuckers was 11, 12-ounce gloves he had on. So them motherfuckers, remember them boppers, them sock and boppers and shit? He had them on. It still hurt his motherfucking hand, man. I mean, for him, if it's really about the money, go do it. You can make, $600-700 million.
That's
you
what
face
I say.
Conor McGregor. But at the end of the day, what people missing out is he bailing Conor McGregor out. And not only he bailing Conor McGregor out, he bailing the UFC out because they in a financial little hole right now, too. He bailing them out. He bailing Conor McGregor out because McGregor really should be fighting the winner of Tony Ferguson. Well, he shouldn't have got his belt stripped, but he should really be facing Khabib or Tony Ferguson and stuff of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
I think he had to get a script because
he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, he didn't want to fight him. It was too much going on. He the UFC had to take control of him, man. Because with McGregor fighting Mayweather, he doing that and doing this. McGregor he getting a lot of power, but the UFC they gotta stand firm because if you let McGregor, you can't let one fighter outdo your whole company, regardless if he the biggest thing in a company or not. You know what I mean? McGregor is the biggest superstar. Other fighters
jump out there and do something else. You're right.
Exactly. So other fighters and they get jealousy is for real shit, and it'd be like the motherfuckers gonna strike on your ass or they'll do some shit to where you have to compensate them for something because you just give McGregor too much. Now, credit McGregor is bringing X amount of dollars to the motherfucking sport as well, so you can't knock that. But at the end of the day, it's still a business, and you know what I mean? You still got to run a business according to how you've been running. You just can't jump off for one fight and do this and that. I mean, you can give him some extras, but if it ain't on that paper to where he made it, where he become co-partners or getting this and that, ain't no way you can be showing him more favoritism over other fighters.
Yeah, and whatever door he went through, it was like Paulie said, it was a butt whooping coming. If he went back to boxing and fought a boxer or fought Paulie, he probably was gonna get whooped. Ferguson could be, it'd have been a tough fight. Tyron Woodley fight. So wherever door he went down, Louis
brother right there, man.
Yup. Who Woodley?
Yeah, you know, man, Woodley. We talked at we was at a little boxing match together. Yep.
I like him, and they disrespect him a lot though. But
man,
whatever,
Dana White doing wrong, man. Doing wrong.
He ain't scared to fire back. But whatever door he went down was gonna be a tough door, from what I understand. I'm starting to get into MMA and learn the business as well. But if Floyd, if he really put his money where his mouth is, he like he told T.I. T.I. tried to run up on him. He said, "Look here, man." He said, "I just don't fight in the ring. Yeah, I do it anywhere.
Anywhere." And I just want to touch on this before we switch. It's just like it's not like. And then if Floyd wants to lose, it don't damage it. Even though people want to lose, hey, they go pay for it. But it do not touch his boxing record. Conor McGregor is 0-1 boxing. That loss don't go to MMA. So at the end of the day, his boxing career is still signed. I mean, it's set in stone. So if he was to go to the MMA and fight for that bread, that's just in the MMA. You know what I mean? So I probably lost in MMA, but in boxing, my record's still 50-0. You know what I mean? And you just made $600-700 million. Shit, my whole thing is why not?
Yeah, and why not? I guess so. I guess if he wins. I mean, we seen guys going there in the MMA that box that can win. But if he win, I guess that's just adding on to his legacy. And if he lose and he get beat up, his boxing record's still intact. And it's like I walk away with $600-700 million. And
if that motherfucker wins, CJ, if he beat Conor McGregor in MMA, they think that boy talk shit. Boy, it's gonna be over.
Yeah, you ain't lying, but
CJ, do you think this? I want to ask, do you think this? If it happened do you think he really trying to kill Golden Boy if he do fight McGregor and they fight on single?
I watched Oscar talk to TMZ. He like, man, he just had that look on his face. He had that look on his face, like, I can't stand this motherfucker. I just see the look on Oscar's face. He like, man, this bitch ass.
Right.
I just see the look on his face. Especially if they make the mistake of taking that fight, Triple G and Canelo, to MSG. And most people don't understand the importance of this. And we're gonna go on to the next topic. The importance of the first fight and them locking down the T-Mobile Arena.
Mm-hmm.
On that September date, it was important because if they would have went to LA Dodger Stadium or Texas or Dallas, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor would have took the boxing capital of the world that night.
Right.
And when you do that in Vegas, everybody wants to go to Vegas. You got the high rollers, the high amenities. I mean, most cities clubs close at 2 a.m. Vegas don't. So once you get that, Vegas is like the A side of boxing venues. Yep. If your fight going down in Vegas at the biggest venue in Vegas, not the Thomas and Mack or whatever, the old MGM Grand, the T-Mobile Arena, you on that night. Your network, you're gonna be the only pay-per-view on that night. And the other pay-per-view in Canelo Triple G, that would have been a regular Showtime fight. So that was the importance of getting that venue. And and it's a rumor going out there saying that the reason they haven't sold up the T-Mobile Arena is because McGregor, Mayweather, and Dana White is planning a boxing/MMA event that night. Not only will it be MMA, but it will be, I don't know, I guess it's going to be some BKB, BS, whatever that's called, in that arena. So they planning that, and that's a rumor going around. So I just wish, Floyd just, passed the baton, Pacquiao passed the baton. Obviously Cotto may be passing the baton to Felix Verdejo or Christopher Diaz. Marquez going to let Canelo have it. And I think Floyd just needs to throw it up between Crawford, Keith Thurman, and Terrence Crawford, and whoever else, and just let them snatch the baton and just be done with it. Let Canelo be the face of boxing.
Let him be the face of boxing. I get you on that too, and I like when people say that. But once you gave your life to a sport, bro, and I look at Floyd, I know a lot of people be mad at him, bro. But at the end of the day, you still gotta live your life, CJ. And it's like when you can make that much money, bro, it ain't that like Floyd trying to do this shit. Don't get me wrong. Like, we know the dude love the spotlight, but when you got opportunities out there, because opportunities go always come to him, bro. And it's like, damn, should I pass up on this opportunity? A motherfucker hit him with a text, Dana White, them $800 million. Ain't no way you can pass up on that opportunity.
I wouldn't walk away from that neither. But at the end of the day, when is enough? You know what I'm saying? As far as his career, and when should he start? I think a lot of boxers shy away from signing with Mayweather Promotions because, he don't want to hang it up.
He's still a spotlight.
Yeah, let Tank and Badou Jack, and I think after him getting those opportunities, them getting them opportunities, I think guys that want to sign, he got a lot of young talent. He got a lot of young. Evander signing. I'm gonna tell you, Evander signing up a lot of young talent. He got some young talent, but who got the best young talent right now is Richard Schaefer, Ringstar Sports.
Yeah, Richard Schaefer
got a lot of young talent. A lot of people sleeping on Richard Schaefer, man. He got a lot of young talent, but all right, we're going to go to this Eubanks Jr. and George Groves and show the UK some love.
Yes, sir.
And this is the fight that I want to see out of all the fights in the first quarter from January to March. This is the fight that I want to see, and this is the one thing I'm waiting on other than my income tax check. You did. This is what I'm waiting on, man. I understand that people in the U.S., as far as the casual public, they don't know, what type of fight about to go on. This is a legit bad blood fight, and this is showing the growth of the UK boxing scene. I mean, we used to call them Euro bums and stuff of that nature. That is gone. Kell Brook, Kell Booker, Amir Khan, Anthony Joshua, they watched that away. These guys can really fight. George Groves is being slept on in my opinion, but Chris Eubanks Jr. is a beast. What you think about it?
Man, I'm so much of a big fan of George Grove. People don't understand, bro, what type of fighter he is, bro. George Grove is a nuts and guts and a chancy fighter, but at the same time, he's smart. At the same time, like George Grove, they think he just been a fight, but I see George Grove make certain moves. But I'm looking like this fight for Chris Eubanks. I can say this is his second biggest fight that he fought in, besides the Billy Joe Saunders fight, right? And I like Chris Eubanks. I call him and his daddy the UK Kenny and Sean Porter. So it's like this fight right here is really gonna prove, bro. Like, all right, the Saunders fight didn't go the way he want. This gonna be the fight to put him on the map. If he can go in here, if he can dismantle George Grove, which I don't think he gonna dismantle him, but I do got him winning. But if he can go in here and make George Grove look bad, bro, it's gonna show that because the kid got real power. Chris Eubanks Jr. got real power. His power is real, and he is a workhorse. I give him that. But he get wild. You know what I mean? I see him get wild because he like to fight. And you can't just get wild.
But in the last fight, but I see the growth of that now.
Right, where he
I
tried to
see him
control it.
close those wild moments up, and he's turning them into short burst wild moments. Even in the Abraham fight, he fought a little bit more discipline. I see the growth coming. But go ahead.
I like the Abraham fight. But like you said, this is one hell of a fight for the UK, man. This fight right here. I'm just looking to see how Chris Eubanks Jr. handled the pressure of George Grove and just this big fight like this. He looking like he ready. He's saying he ready. And like you say, it come with, as you learn from experience, and he did get a little bit older, and he's really a grown man now. So I'm waiting for it, bro. I got Chris Eubanks Jr. winning, but I know this not going to be an easy fight for him, bro. George Grove is a tough dude, man. He's tough. He's smart. The Carl Froch fight, 2 of them. The first one, I thought he was winning. I thought it was a bullshit stoppage.
Exactly. Me too.
To fight Badou Jack like he fought Badou Jack was a hell of a fight. And the win the belt finally become champion, that was a good ass fight for George Grove. So now I'm looking to see if George Grove want to sustain that and go on her, because I really thought him and James DeGale was gonna get it on, but
they did fight already.
Yeah, I know he beat James DeGale. I thought they were gonna get the rematch.
I watched that fight over and over again. I didn't think he won that fight. I didn't care.
I gave him the fight, but now though with this young kid, it's gonna show, do George Grove really want it? But I'm really I ain't gonna lie, I'm really pulling for Chris Eubanks, man. I want him to be the real deal. I really do, because I wanted the Eubanks in a Triple G fight. But
that's what's gonna happen if he win this fight. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see if he can go in here and really set himself apart and put on the show against George Grove that really showed that he's the real deal. So that's what I'm looking forward to see.
Yeah, and Groves actually asked for this fight for them to be in the same bracket to fight the semifinals. Before I picked Callum Smith to win the tournament beforehand. But I'm kind of changing my mind. I like Eubanks. I see the growth in him. He gets stronger. Seemed like he got a legit chin. We know his dad dropped him off in Las Vegas, and he learned the hard way.
Yeah.
But for him to start boxing so late, I mean, he's incredible. He's incredible. I mean, he in the same class as Adonis Stevenson, the Sergio Martinez, guys who started super late. And, he's definitely stepped his game up. Billy Joe Saunders, it was the perfect fight for Billy Joe Saunders. You got a wild kid that was come to you, and Billy Joe Saunders is one of those guys, a surgeon that can pick his shots and do what he want to do.
Got good defense.
The difference from Billy Joe, and George Groves is the fact that, George Grove gasses out. He loses mental fatigue, and physical fatigue.
True.
And
you can draw George Grove into a firefight.
Yeah, I mean, if Eubanks Jr. set the pace level high early, and he can take George Grove's front running best of his attack, he may stop him late in the fight just off fatigue. But Grove seems pretty much motivated. I don't know, why he gasses out like that. It don't seem like he's jittery like Shane or he's he could be a little tight, but I don't see why. But we found out that Kovalev gassed out because he liked vodka and he lived a different lifestyle outside the ring. So maybe Groves like to drink, or something of that nature, and that's kind of that's hampering his energy level. But in the first Froch fight, he was giving Froch the business. He was giving them.
Man.
In the second fight, Froch is just one of those guys for Rob McCracken who trains Anthony Joshua. You get them a second look at you, they gonna do what they gotta do, and you ain't changing nothing. Groves didn't change shit going into the second fight. He just thought if he did what he did the first fight,
and it was gonna work.
Yeah, and it didn't. He didn't think Froch had the ability to adapt, but that's what happened. But Eubanks Jr. is kind of like I thought he needed to be. I can't remember who I'm thinking. Another fighter I'm thinking about that was just wild like him. But he's wild, but he's starting to kind of calm down. He like having a nice puppy that's trying to mature into a nice adult, and he's trying to.
James Kirkland? Could say James Kirkland?
Yeah, his wild self as well. Like he's starting to harness his speed and his power, and it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I haven't decided who I'm gonna pick, but I'm definitely thinking George Groves has a shot because he got real power, he got real speed and real skills.
And George Groves, that 168 longer.
Yup. And George Groves is one of those guys who got that American type style as well. And so does Eubanks Jr. because his style was crafted here in America as well. So it's a tough fight. It's a great fight. I mean, it's one of those fights where what was it? Joshua and Charles Martin Earl Spence and Kell Brook, where it's actually one of those few fights, even though it's not in the warm season. Because I'm gonna explain something. When you go to the UK and fight Kell Brook in, what was it, May, June-ish or something like that? 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Let me let y'all UK people know something. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, when it's warm outside and it's nice outside in the north or the East Coast, wherever it's cold at. Hey, people out there doing stuff. They enjoying the weather. They ain't had no warm weather. They out with no shirt on, hooping in the street, partying, going to the club, getting their Hennessy and all that. And they partying even at 5 o'clock on a Saturday. You at the mall or something. You feel
exactly.
From the loop. Exactly. So that's why some of those ratings be low over here is because it be warm. But this is gonna be one of them fights where you gonna stop your day to watch this fight.
To watch this
fight.
We
all gonna be hopping on that stream or whatever to see this type of fight. And I definitely think this is gonna be a classic. And I look forward to Yerman Berman and Callum Smith fighting as well.
Yeah.
I look forward to that fight. I think that's gonna be an underrated fight.
I got Callum Smith in that one.
Yeah, but Berman can fight though.
Yeah, I share what he did to
Robert Brandt.
Yeah,
Brandt wasn't ready for that. He kind of boxed that man, and he had a good game plan. So, but I like Callum Smith a lot. That's one of my sleep.
Got the height and the reach, and he got good body work.
And the thing about it is that'd be a good fight for Eubanks or Groves, whoever win that fight. Because Gilberto Ramirez, even though I don't believe Bob Arum is willing to fight the winner of that fight, he has the same frame as Callum Smith.
Yep, tall,
6'3", him, Jesse Hart, all those guys. And I want to give a special shout out to the homie Caleb Plant, who fighting on a prelim card.
Caleb Plant, man.
Yeah, fighting Porky Medina, 16, 10 knockouts, one of the best boxers from a pure standpoint out there.
Hey, Medina, the one that put Jillian to sleep.
Yep, he had him twitching. He just lost to David Benavidez as well. And shout out to David Benavidez and Ronald the Thrill Garville. They getting it on the Danny Rios card as well. So I want to give them a shout out, man. I fuck with Caleb Plant. I fuck with Porky Medina.
I think Benavidez win that fight easy.
Yeah. This time around, you get a guy like that a second look. Yeah, he injured himself in that fight, but we talking about a fight that just got a venue. It's gonna be at the Montreal Bell Center in Montreal, Canada. Badou Jack taking on Adonis Stevenson. May 19th is going down. It's a double venue the same day. Keith Thurman will be fighting somebody apparently outside the top 10. He gonna be fighting at the Barclays Center, but they're gonna be fighting in Canada. It's gonna be like a Canelo venue where they used to do an HBO card in America and then Canelo in Guadalajara, Mexico. So they doing a double venue card on that day in Showtime. This is a fight where a lot of people putting a lot of hope in Badou Jack. Badou Jack let some people down. He gonna get a lot of hate mail, man. They want this dude to take this belt from Adonis Stevenson so bad, man. Let me know what would you think.
I'm going for Badou, right? Badou. I've been rocking with Badou like I tell everybody this all the time before he signed with the money change. But I've been rocking with Adonis Stevenson for a while too. And I'm gonna tell people like this, man. Adonis Stevenson, even though he got power, and I know he old, Adonis Stevenson can box, man. This dude can box, bro. He a southpaw. He can box. I keep forgetting this fighter, man, that was with Don King, bro. He was dark skinned. I cannot get his name. I like him, bro. But Noy Hopkins beat him. And I think he took the belt from him. I cannot get my dude's name, man, for nothing in the world. And I ain't even gonna look it up or nothing because I know I should know his name. But Adonis Stevenson fought him, man. He boxed the shit out of him. And that's what showed me that he can box, bro. And I'm like, damn, but I'm going for Badou Jack. But Adonis Stevenson is going to be the hardest puncher that Badou Jack ever faced. This dude can really punch, bro. I mean, he really got one punch knockout power with Adonis Stevenson. I don't care what nobody say. They can call him old. They can call him what you may. He got Canada behind him. He can fight. Adonis Stevenson is not afraid. Even though I wanted him to fight Kovalev and he never fought him yet, it pissed me off. But if Badou can go in here and keep his fundamentals strong, get to the body of Adonis Stevenson, get in the inside, stay sharp and stay strong, I give him a big chance to win this fight, man. But I'm not sleeping on Adonis Stevenson at all, bro, because I know this dude can box. I know he can punch. He one hell of a fighter. And he an ugly-ass dude, but the dude can fight, man. He can fight. I'm going with Badou Jack, but I'm not sleeping on Adonis Stevenson, man. I'm not going to sleep on him.
Man, a lot of people just going with Badou Jack, man. I like Badou Jack. I don't figure out who I'm going to pick, man. I watched the film or whatever, but get a fight. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down basically. Can Badou Jack be a surgeon and take away Adonis Stevenson left hand?
Left hand. And could he
Yep,
take the
and the
power
thing
because
about
he
the
gonna
left
get hit?
hand,
He
you
gonna
know,
be
I
do
made
something.
this analogy about his left hand. You know, people say he a one-handed fighter. He like a dog. You know, my uncle say, "Well, how you?" He told me around here, "How you scared of the dog?" And I was like, "Well, he bite." He said, "That's the only weapon that he got." And I said, "That's a hell of a weapon that they got." And that's Adonis Stevenson. It's a fast, it's quick. He vary it. He might shoot it up and down. He might if you get in close, he can swing it into an uppercut. So Badou Jack got to take away that left hand at all times possible. If you take away that left hand, he able to get inside and work Stevenson's body. He got enough power to knock Stevenson out to the chin. And he gonna have a good game plan for Stevenson. And everybody gonna be, giving energy to Badou Jack like he got a spear by him to beat Adonis Stevenson for the love of God, because we know Stevenson was stripped of the lineal belt by the Ring magazine. And he didn't want to fight Kovalev, and then Kovalev didn't want to fight him the second time. Then obviously Andre Ward didn't want to negotiate with Al Heyman because he couldn't bully Al Heyman in negotiations like he did with Kovalev and walk away with about $13 million in 2 fights. So he said, money was going to flow for Stevenson. Fuck unifying and becoming undisputed. I'll just retire and call it a day.
And then remember what you talked about with Jay-Z and Al Heyman too, with that little beef going on.
That beef is all over Beyonce and Al Heyman being named in a lawsuit.
But I'm just saying though, Andre Ward was with Rock Nation and he was Al Heyman.
James Prince too. James Prince don't like.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole hate triangle right there. But it depends on how he look. To me, Badou Jack look a little small versus Nathan Cleverly last fight, but he gonna grow into that division again. And then a lot of people want to see Badou Jack because they know he's willing to put it all on the line after getting knocked out by Derek Edwards. Shout out to North Carolina. I think that's where he's from.
Caught him on the temple.
He came back better than ever. So they know he's willing. He's caught out Kovalev already, but the security blanket for you guys that we really kind of on the fence about Jack is the fact that Alexander Gufic, whatever that guy's name is going to fight Badou Jack. Fight the winner next, and it sounds like the WBC is pushing that.
It's about the Ukrainian boy, right?
Yeah, he good.
Yeah,
but
he can fight.
He only got like 2 fights, but he good though.
And he trained by
he's somebody out.
I'm
not sure. I don't know. I know Usyk is, man, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight, man. it's a double venue card. I don't know how many people. I hope they put Keith Thurman on first, because he ain't fight nobody. He tell you it might not be in the top 10. And that Jesse Vargas shit.
First. Right.
He should have. Hey, what about Keith Thurman, man? If you got some time, he should have just to go OT.
I got time.
A little bit. For sure. Keith Thurman, Keith Thurman really should have killed that Jesse Vargas talk earlier than what he did.
Exactly. Instead of letting him marinate like that.
Yeah, it made him look a lot worse than what it was. But something that my boy BT said at True School Sports. He's saying that Keith Thurman is getting the pass that Kell Brook didn't get. When Kell Brook got his face, bro, he was ordered to face Earl Spence no matter what.
Yeah. And if he would have moved up, bro, people would have talked all shit about him.
But to him and his defense, it didn't matter. People was talking shit about him, ducking Devin Alexander 10 times, getting injured.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that fight so bad. Too.
Yeah. Then Sean Porter got injured. Then he got his name back by beating Sean Porter. A lot of people put some respect on his name after that. So I guess he didn't. Like I said, UK, they not producing no whole ass motherfuckers, man. They handle their business. Bro. So Keith Thurman is getting a super duper pass. It's unfortunate that he holds 2 belts, and at the end of the day, what they say, good things come from people who wait, and I guess we could wait on Keith Thurman. And he was saying some real whole ass shit though, like they want to see Earl Spence. They can wait and watch these fights. I'm looking like, man, you just a whole ass motherfucker, man.
Yeah, bro. And that's what I say. Did you see the interview with Kevin Ali? I forgot the guy's name. Yahoo Sports.
Kevin Ali from Yahoo Sports. No, I didn't catch his interview. But I caught the
Keith Thurman on there, bro. That's how I know he's stalling us out, CJ, bro. He go, well, I like to use the analogy of the truth. I like to use Earl Spence's name. If he's the truth, then he's not going nowhere. So this fight the fight can marinate. He like, I'm going to be here let's see if he's still here. So it's like he just stalling us out, bro, to see if this dude get bumped off or something happened, bro. Like I'm like, is you serious, Keith Thurman, bro? Like I'm telling you, bro. And he the only one asked. He the only one asked, bro. Like out of all these interviews, that's all I've been trying to hear, bro. What was it in your elbow that make you like not able to fight him this year? He keeps talking about bone spears that broke out. He had to get it cleaned up. Now that it's cleaned up, like I say, bro, if you can go to a whole training camp, Keith Thurman, bro, a whole training camp and a whole tune-up fight, and then you talking about you coming back to fight the top echelon in the Sean Porter, that's a fucking rough and tough. Some of the best
a fucking wrestling match.
yeah, some of the best stamina you can find in boxing. If you were in good enough shape to fight him and Danny Garcia again, bro, you damn sure in good enough shape to fight Earl Spence.
And he fought Danny Garcia with the injury though. And the thing about it is, I was listening to the Smoke City Mobcast, and they said that he didn't have the surgery till months after the fight.
Right, bro. Right. That's why I said.
So he playing with us, man. Like it's like, okay, Floyd Mayweather played with me and didn't give me the fight, so I'm gonna play with everybody else instead of breaking the cycle.
Right.
It'd be
interesting. Step in Floyd Mayweather's shoes, bro. Like you not Mayweather dude.
Right, but he in the it's like one of them dudes that you work with, and he get elevated to team leader or manager. And he just flip. He just thinking like, what who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, bro.
You need to go, and he just start acting different. So, you know,
right. And then
he your employee who got upgraded to management. And he letting you know about it, like on the wash when Dre got
one of the people that ain't never had a power in his life. Now that he got power, he gonna abuse it, bro.
Right, because they said in the amateurs he wasn't nothing though. Boo Boo beat him 4 times. They say he was just a wild swinger guy with no boxing ability, but he's developed though.
Exactly, you know? Bro. And that's where you can add all that up to that too. Like you say, they was winning all in the amateurs. Now they winning in the pros. He said it though in the interview, like I'm not trying to manipulate my position. But I am the only fighter they got 2 belts. I am the only fighter that's
leverage.
Yeah, man, using that to his leverage, bro. And in my head, I'm like, dude, all right, yeah, like your ass undisputed or conquer this shit in 3 different weight classes or something, man. This your first weight class. Keep saying Earl just won his belt. Well, you just won your second belt.
Right, and your first belt wasn't the real belt that you won. You just got elevated.
You got elevated, bro. Exactly. That's because he left the game. So you act like you just been unified champion for 3 years now, just defended. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that yeah, and he like, hey, you can tell he not a hood dude, so
man at all, bro.
He ain't gonna, his pride ain't gonna take no hit. But he put on that hood persona when he was calling Amir Khan out, Paulie Malignaggi. He put on like he was that tough chaos for like that chaos for life.
Even with Danny Garcia, right?
Yeah, he when you talk about Earl Spence, his whole tone just like, man, like
right, bro.
Like
you
know what I'm saying? And another thing, like you said, he made the comment, say, we'll see if he's still here. Not only just that, Sean Porter made a little comment like, you know what, I can't see me retiring without fighting Earl Spence, but I don't know how much longer I can make 147.
I can make 147.
I was like, what?
I saw that, bro. But look, you check this out, CJ. Every time somebody asks Kenny Porter about the Earl Spence fight, he always elaborate to, I appreciate Earl. He's making everybody want to fight everybody. But he always come back to, I took Earl around the world. I was with Earl when he did this. Man, we're not talking about all that amateur shit. Man, we talking about right now in a professional boxing where he even calling out your son. And like if somebody used to talk about Kenny Porter, he'd make sure he say something about him. Every time they say, what about Earl Spence calling you guys out? That fight will happen. But right now, we just won't keep Thurman. We're not moving until we get Keith Thurman.
They sound the same way about Terrence Bud Crawford. He's talking about him and Terrence Bud Crawford about the fight in the alley and shit. And Bud was backing down from him. But and it was a rumor going around that Earl Spence, the dog, Sean Porter in the fight real quick. But Sean Porter confirmed that they did spar and he didn't want to go into it. I like Sean Porter a lot, man, as a person, and I envy his relationship with his dad. But
man, me too.
Yeah, I don't want to smoke him out or nothing like that, but it's obviously that they focus on Keith Thurman, and I'm gonna let them focus on Keith Thurman. I done said my piece on them already.
This my thing though, CJ. I respect Keith Thurman as a man. I respect all these fighters. But outside the ring, I want to never attack nobody personal life, they family, whatever, bro. That's your life. That's outside the ring. But when it comes to the boxing, bro, we all have You know what I'm saying? We all have the power to criticize or to talk shit or to do. That's what I'm trying to tell people. They tell us that we be in our feelings about this. No, we're not in our feelings about this. It's just the boxing game, man. We got the right to talk what we saying. Like they say,
especially if you somebody that's consistent, you know, from fighter to fighter or situation to situation, you know, you got the right to feel that way. And you know, people like, oh, y'all ain't never, you know, did this or did that in the ring or whatever. Some of the greatest coaches in the world have never took a snap.
Never boxed. Exactly.
Or took a shot in the NBA or threw a punch. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, and I tell people, you don't know my background, you know, but what that is, what it is.
Facts. I grew up with so many boxers, been in the ring, been doing so much, and at the end of the day, we the ones support these fighters. We talk about them. We giving them our pay-per-view dollars. We watching, giving them ratings. So
give them free promo,
bro. Exactly.
I mean, you got 7-8 that gave Keith Thurman the platform. Rigondeaux got a platform. He's come on the Boxing Voice every week. Yeah. So they get a platform to come to the fans. But the thing about boxing is so great about boxing is the fighters are so accessible. I mean, you know, if you go to Vegas, I mean, you can pull Keith Thurman. He'll give you an interview or whatever. They very accessible. You know, some of these regular fighters. I mean, you know, not Floyd Mayweather stuff like that, but they accessible. And that's the beauty thing about the sport. But, you know, Keith Thurman going to milk it and play four corners. I ain't mad at him, milk your situation. But it's funny how quick he switched from KOs for life.
For life. Right.
to
KO sometimes, depending on who I want to KO. Yeah, that's what I say, though, man. It's crazy.
I wonder what the conversations like with him and Al Heyman.
I say it like this, bro. This is what I tell people, because people get shit misconstrued. It's this little female. She always on Instagram with me, man. She know a little boxing shit, but she always saying, no, you can't blame Keith Thurman. You got to blame Al. You got to blame Al. Listen, baby, Al is just the manager and the advisor. It's like I say, CJ, if you had me and you had Correa, and I want to fight Correa so bad, I'm a champion, Correa champion, but Correa come to you like, you know what, CJ, I ain't ready to fight money yet, man. It's in your best interest to still make sure Correa get the best fights possible for him and keep his boxing career on track, just like it's for you to keep my boxing career on track. You know what I mean?
And the thing about it is people getting it misconstrued. This dude is not a promoter.
He's not the promoter. He's a manager. That's what I'm trying to tell him. Yeah.
He's a manager. He manages the situation. He manages the fighter. He's sitting the Sam Watson and the twins to make sure the fighters are comfortable. His job ain't to do what's best for the fans. That's the promoter job. His job is to do what's best for the individual fighter that he's managing.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, to make sure when they career over with that they got something. What else that you good at that you like to? All right, I'm gonna venture off into this for you. I'm gonna find something for you to invest your money into. That way, when
Floyd Mayweather invested money, he helped him build his big boy mansion.
It's everything, bro. He doing that with all his fighters, bro. You heard Earl even say it. Al got my best interest, even outside of boxing. It's not just with boxing. For De La Hoya, Bob Arum, all them, they just for boxing and filling their pockets with your money. Al got your money invested into other things to where your kids gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So that's the difference with Al Heyman and these other dudes, if you want to say.
And shout out Mr. Monty for super chat, bro. Mr. Mont, appreciate it, my brother. But no, yeah, that's who, man. About that, man. I think people get the advisor mixed up. That's a financial advisor. I mean, if you ever heard Danny Jacobs talk about Al Heyman, man, he said when I was sick, he said it wasn't about boxing. It was about my health, whatever I need.
About my health, yeah.
And I think it was Aretha Franklin. I get them mixed up with Patti LaBelle.
I think it was Shaka Khan.
No, it was not. No, it might have been one of them. But they told Vernon Forrest. Vernon Forrest, a lot of people don't know the story. I got the video on my page of Sam Watson telling the story how him and Al got into boxing. Since we got time today, and you know, my kids letting my puppy shit everywhere, but I just clean it up when I go. But I had this nigga potty trained. He be ready to go outside. He'd scrape at the door. He'd sit by the door. He potty trained. I done trained him.
Right.
They don't get the shit though. But the thing about it, he said a story. Ellie Setback, he was like, you know what? Vernon Forrest kept hounding Al Heyman and say, hey, I could beat Shane Mosley. I beat him in the amateurs. I could beat Shane Mosley. He lost a gold medal to Costa Zoo in one of the greatest Olympic fights I ever seen. Go to find Costa Zoo and Vernon Forrest Olympic fight, man. It's one of the best Olympic
I never saw that one either. I'm going to go check it out as soon as we finish. I never saw it either.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, Vernon Forrest kept running us down. And one of the ladies he was talking about, I forget, Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin.
I remember the story, though. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, and he was like, and she was like, it's a blessing if you can get Al Heyman in your life. You're gonna be
In
a
your
blessing.
life. Yeah.
Vernon Forrest, you know, for all you Al Heyman haters, you should have been going for Shane Mosley that fight. Vernon Forrest so happened to beat Shane Mosley.
Yeah.
And he said, we got in the boxing business, you know, from him, I think Hakeem Rockman, and from, you know, Hakeem Rockman, you know, Leonard Ellaby, which Hakeem Rockman, personal trainer. A lot of people don't know that. And that's how, you know, he got with Floyd, and he went from personal trainer to CEO of Mayweather Promotions, and it was Areola. And then his first two young guys out the amateurs was Danny Jacobs and then Andre Berto.
Yeah.
And it just spawned off, and he just had a vision. And at the time, well, a lot of people probably weren't paying him no attention, you know. But he had a plan, and then, you know, him and Oscar was cool until Oscar did the promo that fucked up their image with the fishnets and coke. Yeah. And they offered him $100 million for Golden Boy, and obviously, you know, Oscar dad wasn't going for that.
Yeah. And Oscar got jealous too with the Richard Schaefer position too. Because Richard
Schaefer got close. Because Richard Schaefer was hoeing Floyd Mayweather, man. He was, you know, in the lead up to their fight, like he disgraceful. And now you can't talk nothing about, you know, but good about him. I mean, yeah,
because they got to doing good business, bro. Like they got to doing great. But even though Floyd was whooping the whole roster, at the end of the day, Golden Boy was still in the front center and getting promoting everything. Oscar got pissed off because he like shit. They really want signed to Golden Boy. He had a few of them fighters signed to Golden Boy.
Yeah, Bronner, Andy Garcia, Amir Khan, Matisse. I mean, a few of them wasn't though. A few of them wasn't. And the thing about it was, they was better together.
Yeah, way better.
Imagine Golden Boy with Al Heyman on HBO. Now, the reason a lot of people don't know this, we're going to overtime talk. We got time today. Right. The reason HBO started fucking with Al Heyman is because of Andre Berto. Yeah. They put so much money on Andre Berto, and he didn't deliver. And they was like, I'm tired of y'all wasting money. They wanted to, before they created the PBC and took it over to Showtime, they wanted an exclusive deal to continue for Adrian Broner fights. They wanted Broner bad.
And let me say this with Andre Berto too, CJ, because it was a guy, I guess he called himself exposing me. I ain't even give him no answer back. But he talking about when I said Floyd was only fighting people with countries behind him, he said, Andre Berto, you stupid fucking dude. What country did Andre Berto have behind him? And like I tell people, man, you come at us, man, know what you're talking about, man, because you fucking with the best. Now,
right.
I know
Berto and for some reason he had a huge obsession with fighting Berto. Remember, I heard it was over a girl or some shit. I don't know.
It was over a girl, but this was early though. It was early, like they got into it. It was gonna come, like you say. Berto was Al dude, and Floyd knew that. Floyd wanted that spotlight with Al better than Berto. But this is the thing. Remember, Berto was about to fight Shane Mosley, bro, until the earthquake happened in Haiti.
Yeah.
Remember, and that's how Mayweather got the Shane Mosley fight, because Berto. And
that
Shane
fight was
signed to seal.
Right,
they was signed to seal. But when Haiti had the earthquake, Berto pulled out because he wanted to help his country. To the dude thought he was exposing me. Berto got Haiti behind him. That's his country. He left the fight for Haiti. You know, so they be thinking that they be trying to talk, man, to come at you, but they got to understand what they be talking about. So that was another thing.
Yeah, that's funny how that worked out or whatever. And a lot of people don't know. You know, Floyd and Shane was supposed to happen way back before when Oscar and Shane happened.
Shane was no parts of Floyd though. Gotta keep it real.
Yeah, that could be true, but he was making seven figures or eight figures facing
Floyd won't have no money coming in. That's true.
He was still top ranking. I mean, that was if he truly ducked, that was the perfect time. I mean, I'm about to go make 5, 7, 10 million versus Oscar De La Hoya and jump up classes. How the fuck I'm you? But Floyd Daddy talked about that situation. But a lot of people forget about the young Floyd. You know, I remember one of my subscribers he said this real shit. One of my subscribers said this. He said, "This is the perfect shit I heard from a subscriber ever." I can't remember doing that. I can't remember. This dude said this. He said, "Everybody wants to be Money Mayweather, but don't nobody want to get their hands dirty and be Pretty Boy Floyd." And that was the perfect situation for a lot of people. Everybody see the glitz and the glamour, but they don't remember him calling out all the Mexican fighters. You don't remember him, facing Corrales when he was an underdog, or facing Leonardo Hernandez, or facing Freddie and all these other guys. Oh, Floyd only fought in Vegas. They don't remember him going to Atlantic City and Toro Gotti's backyard, which is one of my favorite boxing venues. The Barclays Center took away the boardwalk in Atlantic City. I think the last good fight in Atlantic City was Froch and Andre Ward. I think that might have been the last good fight because Bernard had a home there. Martinez had a home there. Pavlik home was there. Arturo Gotti made it famous.
That boy
that was a great
was everything. Yeah.
Not Barclays Center getting all the love, but He fought in the Barclays Center. He fought in Grand Rapids.
Forget about the Floyd and the Chop fight.
The Chop fight, the Chop hurt him. I mean, didn't he fight Zab in New York? 50 Cent. They both played 50 Cent and Jay-Z was there.
Yeah.
So he fought in different places, but you look at a guy like Canelo, to take the topic somewhere else, you know, he only fighting that Southwest, that Western border right there.
Yeah.
And you can talk about Triple G and Canelo. MSG is putting up a big offer to get that fight out here in New York City. And I've been at Madison Square Garden for Daniel. That's an amazing venue. I mean, when you go to Madison Square Garden, it's connected to a bar, it's connected to the train station. I mean,
the history of the venue.
The history, it's a beautiful venue. I mean, they got the theater room, and then you got the big room with a hockey and basketball game going. That's a fight that I would love to see in New York City, man. That's a fight that will kill two birds with one stone, because I want applying for some media credentials for Crawford and Jeff Horn. But I was talking about going to both. But
is they at Madison Square Garden, Jeff Horn and Crawford?
Yeah, that's gonna be the only reason that's at Madison Square Garden is because the Las Vegas Golden Knights made the playoffs, so they kicked it from Vegas to New York City. So definitely New York is definitely a good place for a fight. I mean, got a lot of amenities. Only reason, you know, Floyd chose not to face Amir Khan there back in the day is because they clubs closed at 2 a.m. and he won a 24/7 type thing.
Exactly.
But if Triple G can get Canelo to go to Madison Square Garden, I have a lot of respect for Canelo Alvarez. That'll truly tell me that Canelo believes he gonna knock out Triple G. Because he ain't gonna get the scorecard love over there that he got in Vegas. He know that. That's Triple G.
Not at all.
And a lot of people say Mexicans don't. It's more of a Puerto Rican, thing in Madison Square Garden over there in New York City. There ain't a lot of Mexicans, but yep. And if he step outside his element,
that's why Miguel Cotto gets so much love in New York.
Yep, and if he could go to New York City, I don't really believe that fight. MSG is a real contender for that fight. I think it's gonna still go down in Vegas.
I believe it's gonna be in Vegas too.
Yeah, but if Triple G can get that fight to go out to New York City, that's a victory for him, and that's a victory that he didn't get in he didn't get from this. That'll be his ultimate gift from K2, because K2 is shit at negotiations. They fucked
negotiations, right, man. That's what I believe. I think Canelo go keep that leverage though. I think that's the leverage that's probably in the contract that fight going to happen in Vegas. I mean, I don't think you always want to fight where you feel most comfortable. And I just believe Canelo feel more comfortable in Vegas.
He the guy that need the comfort behind him too.
Right.
He need the home cooking and shit like that because Triple G, man, he built a nice little audience in there. You know, he went from the theater room. I've been in there for the Michael Collins fight. And he built himself up into the big room. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, he did, man. I remember when he first stepped foot over here, they was calling him the best. They kept him the best kept secret.
Yeah, because Max Kellerman was talking about him for years and shit. And some of my boys was talking about him. He was already be up there with Kelly Pavlik and Martinez as champions and shit around that time.
Yeah.
And they said, when he come over here, he gonna be kicking ass and taking names. And he did. He fought Proska. You know, he didn't fight the greatest fighters. Proska, Rosado, Ishida, Adamo. I mean, he did what he had to do and build his name up, and they did a good job managing. But when it came to actually talking numbers and shit and talking contract, he could have really used the assistant of Al Heyman, man. He'd be bigger than what he is, man.
No, they don't like Al, man, for whatever reason. I can't see how you don't like a man that put more money in the fighter pocket than trying to take. I just don't get it, bro.
I think it's something that they handlers tell them, like, you know what, man, I could do this and do that. But the thing about it is, man, if I'm looking at Mayweather Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions,
Top Rank Promotions,
and in this instance, not Top Rank, but them two, you can say them two. How does a dude in Crawford how's a dude in Crawford that's like 20 something and old or whatever at the time? How is he not signed to one of you guys' promotional companies, dude?
Because he got caught with Bob Arum, and Bob Arum gave him that shot. No, because I feel
it's not even that. It's not even that. Actually, what happened with Terrence Crawford? How he got the Top Rank
with Cameron Duncan and Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, he outboxed Mikey Garcia again. He beat him in amateurs and sparring. And Cameron Duncan asked Mikey, "Is there any unsigned talent out there?" He said, "You better go get Terrence Crawford."
Terrence Crawford, right?
But you heard Nestor talking about it. The boxing, but he was talking about Terrence Crawford years before that even happened when he had dreadlocks and stuff. I know,
right? But my whole thing is like Bob took that chance on him though. That's why I meant to say like
I don't understand why a guy who obliterated Mikey Garcia in sparring, which he wasn't a big name at the time, but
Right.
Timothy Bradley was. He obliterated Timothy Bradley.
Timothy Bradley, exactly, bro. You see, Bradley tried to get him. Bradley tried to sign him like shit.
And the thing about people
what
wondering how Crawford didn't make the Olympics and stuff of that nature, he kind of clarified that at one point.
He never wanted to go.
He said that he always had a pro style.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about an amateur style ain't gonna guarantee you shit in the professional ranks
at all, bro. And especially
it's a totally different type of style.
And we look at Crawford, you can just tell he coming from the hood. You look at his family and tell he ain't have shit for real. So once you come like that, you ain't really trying to go to no amateur. You trying to go get some money.
Yep, and he had
the whole thing
style the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, amateur style is more of like an Americana or Alexander Usyk, where you throw a lot of punches, but you're not
punches. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not really turning over the shots and turning and putting power into it. You just landing a score. And
Warren,
got that style. I don't know. I mean, Leo Santa Cruz be Adrian Broner in the amateurs. I see how that happened now.
Yeah, we see.
Broner is not an amateur type fighter.
Well, back then though, he was letting his hands go. So, but like you say though,
even when he fought Ponce de Leon and
Gavin Reese, Gavin Reese was getting off on his ass. I say, damn.
Yeah, that's who laid the blueprint on Broner to be true.
Right. Like Gavin Reese.
Hell yeah, man. After that fight, people knew even Paulie followed that blueprint and stuff of that nature. But the fall of Adrian Broner is the thing about him. He's smart though, and a lot of people don't know he got in put in college at the age of 15 or something. This dude is a gifted guy.
Yeah, he got accepted
to Michigan Tech at like 15 or 16 or something like that. But they sent that ass back home. He was too immature to stay up there by himself, so they sent his ass back to the crib or whatever. But he a gifted fighter, and one thing about what's smart about him is this: his mouth is continuing to keep him relevant.
Keeping him
relevant. A lot of people in boxing, and I used to be this way. You believe what the boxer is saying. You believe what the sparring partner is saying. You believe what the promoter, the manager is saying. Sometimes that fucking cloud your motherfucking prediction vision. You this and that. And you believe that shit, man. When you first get into boxing, when you first old enough to understand what's going on, you believe that shit.
You believe it, bro.
Yeah, I seen him get knocked out 20 times before. This time he ain't get knocked out.
Right.
Fuck around and get knocked out. You said, I believe this motherfucking mouth. I had to learn about the mouth, dog. You got to learn to watch the actions. Don't let the mouth fool you. You know what I'm saying? Even them old sparring, I knocked Anthony Joshua out. I did the King Kong. And he get in the ring and get sparked like David Price did. David Price did all that knocking out of Anthony Joshua, but what his career did fail into?
Nothing. What about the guy Paul Spatafor, who they kept praising? Oh, he did this to Floyd. He did that to Floyd. Some people don't know who Paul Spatafor is. You can say Paul Spatafor now. They won't know the hell he is.
Yep, they just know him as the dude that outboxed Floyd in sparring, but that's sparring though.
Kareem Mayfield, my guy.
Trying to mold your fighter into.
Yeah, that's what we
think about today with the sparring thing in the gym. What goes on in the gym should stay in the gym.
Stay in the gym, and that was the code of honor in boxing. Yeah, that was the code of honor in boxing, bro. What happened in the gym? Stay in the gym. That was the code of honor. Now they didn't took that away. Yeah, everybody want their recognition and shine off what they really doing is sparring, and sometimes they can get your ass kicked too because you think you're something that you're really not.
Yep, and they might, and then I tell people about sparring. You never know how a guy feeling. Was he training? Bro. Is he cutting weight?
Take this for instance, bro. When you say that,
mental state or physical state people in and shit, I take sparring for a grain of salt, man. I mean, fuck. I mean, it is what it is, whatever it may be.
Because you're not getting 100% of somebody in sparring, bro. You got bigger gloves on. You got this. People, like I say,
you never know where they at in life at right now.
Facts too, bro.
You never know who came to sparring with them.
Yeah.
They might not have a team with them. Their coach might be more of on hands-on and stuff of that nature. That's why if I had a son that fought, I'd be like, man, you know what? You don't spar unless, I have some parameters around that.
Yeah.
People getting cameras, videotape, like the dude that knocked down Triple G with a body shot in the gym, Tyrell Hendricks.
Yeah.
That motherfucker record like 20-20. What do that mean?
20-20. And where he at? What is he doing now?
Not a damn thing, man.
But it's like you say though, bro, because people just take that and they run with it. And I was gonna make a point. Oh yeah, Edwin Valero. Rest in peace. I know what he died from, all that, whatever. But he was fighting Santa Cruz boys. They came in, somebody had got the best of them one time. Then, like you say, you never know where they at on that day. Like you say, he came back the next day, got all three brothers there, whooped all their ass. So it's just how the days go, bro. Just how the days go. Some people could just come to spar and want to get some stress off. I think just go here and fight. Fuck it, man. Release some steam and
Yeah,
you
you never
probably
know
did
what
something
mentally
good.
where he at. And fighters go through a lot mentally, man.
Man, a lot, bro.
And
A
especially if you
lot.
got a wife or some shit, man, your girlfriend, you got 3 girlfriends, and they just bickering in your ear and shit. That can really
Yeah,
fuck a motherfucking career right
right.
there.
Ain't seen your kids because she doing this and that shit. It's a whole
Yeah,
lot
you
of
don't
shit that
never
goes
know what's
on.
going on. Then a guy like Evan Valero just snapped and shit, and everybody
Man,
look at him, and everybody look at him like it's Chris Benoit and stuff of that nature that happen
Chris
like that. People
Benoit.
look at him,
Never know,
and people
bro.
look at them like they terrible people, but mental health is real though.
Mental health is real. You never know. Like I say, you never
You
know what
never
they put
know
in their
what
system.
button to push.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
bro.
people don't be in their right mind, especially with boxing. That CTE shit, or
Man,
if you somebody hit your brain and it moves one way, or you cutting weight and your brain sits in water and you don't have enough water in your brain to cut weight, that can make you go crazy like that.
and let me tell you, people don't really know the significance of CTE, bro. What that is, like that shit is no joke. If you ever had a a nerve, it's the nerve on your brain. It's nothing they can do to help you, bro. It's no pain medicine. It's nothing. Only thing they can do is put you into an induced coma. Take you to the hospital, put you into induced coma, and that's you dead anyway. Shit, you in the coma. So that's why you got these football players blowing their brains out and shit. Like that shit is no joke, bro. Like
You got
it's
the
no
dude
joke.
that played for Lions. He just jumped through the store glass and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
that's crazy. And football is more dangerous than boxing now.
Yes, it is,
And
man.
the reason that is because people are evolving. They getting bigger, stronger, faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that you can't control the physicality. These dudes is on another level, man.
Especially somebody trying to kill your ass, trying to make a name for themselves. Helmet
And
to helmet your
you
ass, you
see
hitting your
Chase
head on the
Sear
ground.
hit that boy and he injured himself.
Man, seriously. Paralyze your ass, all type of shit can happen in that shit, man.
Yeah, but boxing is difficult, man, and I'm glad they are cutting the fights down. But I really think it is healthy for for guys to fight at least 3 times a year, man.
Yeah, I think it's healthy. You say you think it's healthy?
Yeah, I think it's healthy.
Yeah, it is,
I think it's
bro.
healthy for guys to fight 3 times a year.
You say not
Because
to? It
I think
depends on the
two fight
punishment.
3 times a year. I think fighting once or twice a year, that's not good for you.
Right. Because I feel like it
I know a
depends
lot
on
of
how
people
much
be like,
punishment
I know
you
a
take.
lot of people probably thinking watching this shit like, yeah, that's stupid. But when you fight at least 3 times a year,
Mm-hmm.
that keeps your body in that shape and it keeps you active. I remember Roger told Floyd that one time, said you can't keep fighting once a year and taking a year off.
Right, right.
Your body bad. Your
Straining your
body,
body. You're straining
yeah,
your
you
body
straining
because
your
you got,
body.
yeah.
Yeah, I think these
Instead of,
guys need to fight 3 times a year, man, at least.
uh-huh. Like you say, it's keeping you active. You stand in that shape. You at the shape you at. Ain't like you putting on too much weight to try to cut back down. Like
Yep.
Brandon Rios, for instance. You know what I mean?
He destroyed his career. You can tell he looked bad even now. He's talking about he's
Yeah.
slimming down. He looked horrible in camp for Danny Garcia. His face all sunk in. He looking
But
all bad.
it can look that way though. But he say he eating good. He say he drinking good. So
But at the, but
I'm
at
waiting to
the
see.
But at the end of the day, when you sucking down to 135, when you really should be fighting at
Yeah.
147, brother Nassim said it. He said the reason that a guy like Bernard Hopkins and Steve Cunningham able to still be fresh at this point is because they fought closer to their natural weight and didn't strain their body. That's why
Yeah.
Floyd is still looking good and stuff of that nature. When you drain your
Uh-huh.
body, he was like, not only do you drain your body, you drain your brain sits in water. And when you
Sure
drain
do,
water
bro.
out your body,
Oh
you take
man,
away
it's
from your
crazy.
prime. And that might have what happened to Adrian Broner, to be
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
trying to squeeze down to 130 or 126 or some shit like that in his career.
Even fighting Mikey, bro, when he sat up there in that red jumpsuit, he looked bad to me, bro. I'm like, remember he had this little bird on. He was talking about something. You could just tell his face structure in there. I'm like, damn, AB, this don't look like a good count for you, man. And you came in at one. You had to come in at 140. What did you come in at 138 point something? Like, why are you trying to come in at?
138.7 or something.
Hey, you could
Yeah.
just came in at 140.
Yeah, and you could tell, like a lot of people say, what happened? But you can tell when you drain your body down to those smaller weight classes,
Uh-huh.
you trying to and put that weight back on the same night, that hurts you in the long run more than it helps you.
You know what's up with Brownie? He didn't want to lose that money. Only thing he was worrying about was the money. All he kept saying, I'd be damned if I give a $500,000 away to any motherfucker. And that's all he wanted to do was make that $500,000.
But not only just that fight, I mean, in Escovedo, Ponce de Leon,
Escobedo.
30, 35, he was the guy that really should have been fighting at 140,
140.
147
Yeah.
the whole time. You look at guys that drained themselves or went up and went back down. Ray Jones killed his career like that. James Toney, another one that killed his career. He said I didn't even know he played college football, but James Toney said I played college ball at 205 pounds, whatever it was. And he said I should not have been fighting at 160 and 168 before I fought Roy Jones. And it was a bad decision. I should have been fighting at heavyweight the whole time. But it's a decision that you made and you got to live with.
James was a monster too. What you think about Roy Jones saying he better than Mayweather? I was just Ray had a little thing. He was like,
hey, if you know Roy Jones, I mean, shit. If you remember Roy Jones, shit,
I love Roy. I don't take nothing from Roy. His offense, of course, bro. That nigga was an offensive genius, offensive wizard. You know, through that stretch.
Yeah, his offense was his defense as well. I mean, I'm not gonna knock.
That's what I said, bro. His offense was his defense, bro. I swear.
Roy was Floyd, but Floyd ain't gonna never say nothing bad about Roy.
Floyd started Roy. I will. I think.
Yeah, he said it. He said. Yeah. I remember when Ben Thompson first got the interviews with Floyd. You know, at Fight Hype, and that's really what Fight Hype was. That's why they call it Floyd Hype. But at the end of the day, you got an opportunity to get interviews with the best pound for pound fighter. And look what Fight Hype take it. Yeah, it opened up doors for him, but it was like, what happened to Roy Jones? He said he just got old, and he was speaking highly of Roy Jones. It was one of the first interviews they did.
Floyd always loved Roy.
Yeah, and why? And everybody, man, people forget, man, because I guess it's a new generation. Roy in the 90s, when he fought James Toney, dog, and came out the Thuggish Ruggish Bone, dog.
Oh, man.
In the tuxedo, little clown tuxedo suit, and he beat, I'm from the mid, I mess with James Toney, but Roy Jones, man, he that's the night he became a pound for pound fighter. Now, what people don't remember is Roy Jones' dad had his career in the beginning, and he had him fighting a whole bunch of bum motherfuckers and shit like that. But when Roy broke away from his dad, Roy started fighting competition. He beat Bernard, and he went up in 2 fights later. He beat James Toney, beat Mike McCullum. I mean, this dude is the only dude that started his career off at 54 and ended up winning a
heavyweight title. That's why I say you can't take nothing from him. You can't take nothing from him.
If you want to say he the best ever, hell yeah. Roy Jones was the greatest athlete I ever seen with a pair of gloves on.
I still got to say it's Floyd, though. Even though I
love the greatest athlete. I mean, just from an athletic standpoint. I never seen nobody that's as athletic as Roy Jones. I've never seen
and a move like that, and to be that big and to be able to move like that, what? I got to agree, though, because Roy was that light heavyweight, moving like a motherfucking welterweight. But then it's like...
He was giving motherfuckers the business, man.
But in '99, though,
Montel Griffin, I think that was at 60. That was at light heavyweight 68. Eddie Fudge had a great pay plan for him, and Griffin was outboxing Roy Jones, but Roy Jones was coming on in that fight. And he had figured Montel out.
The one that gave him disqualification.
Yeah, and he came back to. People didn't know Roy Jones had the killer in him. The thing about Roy Jones was he's a pretty boy that danced around,
but he was a straight killer.
And when he came out and did that interview, what was with Larry Merchant? He did the interview with.
Oh yeah.
He said, "I don't want to hear nothing else."
Yeah.
He said, "If you beat me the fair way. I'm just gonna come back and whoop your ass and take my belt back. But if you gotta steal it from me, this is what you gonna get." I didn't want to bring the real RJ out, but y'all made me bring the real RJ out, and he destroyed Montel. And Montel, to my homie, man, I used to communicate with him and stuff like that, but he stopped him though. He stopped him in one round, and people started to realize that Roy Jones wasn't this pretty boy no more, and people didn't want that smoke with Roy.
They gave him that killer mentality. He was a killer, man. That's why I say before Floyd, though, every motherfucker loved Roy, and I'm one of them, man. But it's just when Floyd came along, I don't know why, man. I just love.
Because that's your generation of fighting, right? It's just like people that was, remember Muhammad Ali. What's the dude that do the interviews with
you talking about
that trained Kovalev, that helped train not John David Jackson, Don Turner.
Don Turner, the one that was, Don Turner.
They say, these dudes, his fighters was the greatest because that's what he lived through.
Yeah.
He was like, nobody better than them or like that. That was what he lived through. So it's different when you got your era people. You got people in the 80s and 90s that love basketball. These dudes don't compare them. It's just your era. When you live through an era, you see it different. You know what I'm saying? So
you ain't lying, bro.
Yeah, but Roy, man, Roy, the reason Roy didn't make money like he was supposed to because he didn't have a promoter.
And that's true too.
Yeah, he didn't have a promoter. Bob Aaron was like,
Bob Aaron was one then. Social media one then. Neither.
Yeah, that too. But he was doing raps and he was at the wings.
And Roy got the drinking and smoking too.
He was an icon too, though.
So he still is.
He was not as far as being the multi almost billionaire, the billionaire that Floyd is. He wasn't that. But Roy was just as iconic as West Coast and East Coast rap in the 90s. They were synonymous with each other.
Would you say this too, CJ? Roy wasn't blessed with Al Heyman. Roy wasn't blessed with Al Heyman either.
Exactly. Yup. Exactly. He was just, Emmanuel Stewart tried to sign him and he ended up, just doing his own thing. But, to me, man, I hate comparing all-time greats because
I do too, man. I do too.
It's something that you never can prove, though. But
you can't prove it, and you don't want to shit on the next fighter because all they ask is really.
Yep, I just threw them all in there, man. And Roy was, and when I say something about Roy was the only guy that I can remember that didn't need a jab.
Yeah.
His hook, he didn't need a rangefinder. He was just accurate. John Pascal tried to mimic that style.
They couldn't do it. John Pascal, I wasn't really too big on him. I like him, don't get me wrong, but he tried to be Roy. He was just a street fighter to me, man. He didn't have no technical skills.
He was a good athlete, but he wasn't the fighter Roy was.
Yeah, at all, bro. He just a strong ass dude that liked to fight. I just look at him as
Crawford Price was a good fighter at 68 too.
Yeah. I just look at it as a street fight, though. I just look at him as a street fight. Like he ain't got no technical.
He got Chad Dawson together though. Chad Dawson just
Chad hit Pascal so fucking hard, bro, when he just stood there and looked at him. I know you remember that shot, bro.
You said what?
When Chad, because I was mad as a motherfucker when he beat Chad
Dawson.
You
talking about the end of that fight?
The end, bro. When Chad caught Pascal, it was boom. I'm like, damn, Pascal just froze. And Chad just looking at him like, damn, nigga, jump on him.
Chad was mentally missing something, dog.
Man, for real. It was something happened to that dude, man. Even when he lost to Adonis Stevenson, man. I ain't playing now. I'm like, man, come on, Chad.
It's just something that when he was with Floyd Sr., he was good, but it was just always something missing in Chad. Chad Dawson had the tools to be one of the greatest fighters that ever did it.
One of the greatest
Floyd even said, like, when he retired, he was like, Chad Dawson, the best fighter in the game. He was just missing it.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, even the Fonfara fight, man, when he was with Fonfara ass, they stopped it that early. Like this was his last fight, wasn't it? Him and Fonfara.
Yeah, that's the last fight I remember, man. If Fonfara ended up getting a lucky knockout or some shit.
Yeah, they stopped it. They dropped him though, but he just called it off. Like I'm like, damn, ref could give him another chance. Like he was whipping Fonfara ass, man. I was happy too. I'm like, damn, Chad back. Every time I say that, boy.
People remember Chad Dawson more for the Pascal and stuff of that nature, but they forget what he did.
Man,
after Roy got knocked out by Antonio Tarver, Chad cleaned all them motherfuckers up.
Yeah, bro, cleaned them up, bro.
He sent the Thomas Adamic to heavyweight. He fought him a couple times, beat Tarver, and people say it was an old guy. At the end of the day, he cleaned the division out.
Man, Chad was a beast.
Chad was that deal. John Scully, Iceman Scully couldn't get to him. Floyd Sr. For some reason, Floyd Sr. just wasn't out of favor with guys, man. I don't know what
it's this mentality, bro. It's like it's hard to please him, bro. Like you can do all, even when he talk, man. I don't listen here, man. Look at here, man. This guy is nothing, man. He is. I like, come on, Floyd, man. You can't be that hard to please, man. The one thing though, I just think he don't take the nonsense, bro. Like
the difference between him and Freddie Roach. I talked about this before. Freddie Roach is a more sociable person.
Right.
Freddie Roach will damn near break on his morals to please his fighters.
Yeah. And Big Floyd strict. What you got to be these days, bro. You got to, because these fighters that get undisciplined, that once they get to a certain stage, they think, like, when I see Big Floyd don't let Floyd walk all over him, ain't nobody gonna walk all over him.
Yeah, but he got rid of David Haney. Got rid of him before. And
he right back with him.
That's the best thing for David Haney to do is stick with that man.
You know, Andrew Stabiti got rid of him, and they back together too.
Hell yeah!
So it's like, because Devin Haney, I'm happy he ain't just. I like his pops. I ain't got nothing against him, but if he was to just depend on his pops, it ain't gonna go right for him, bro.
No, I think his pops just was like, you know what? Probably might be Mom's Duke in his life. Like, man, you better go get that.
Get Big Floyd back, right? When he was with my son.
Truth be told, a lot of these dudes out here with these fathers and shit like that. A lot of the women got more pull over with the men than what motherfuckers lead to believe.
Right. The only son and father that's looking like that's gonna be excellent together is looking like Lomachenko. I ain't gonna knock Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Him and his pops look like they ass got the blueprint, but we gonna find out if he fight.
They butted heads too, though. He was like, my dad wanted me to be a ballerina. He didn't understand his dad's method, but everything he put him in, it kind of came full circle with him, though.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it worked out for him. Some it don't. Danny Garcia, I mean, it worked out for him. The thing about, I'm gonna end on this. The thing about Danny Garcia is a lot of people want to know why he ain't hungry no more, whatever it is. When you come from the bottom, and you was broken poor, And you're a
Man,
father in your life, and you invested your money the right way. And you ain't got to fight no. You don't need to fight no more. You ain't got to
no
do that
more.
no more.
Yeah,
His
that's the
family
same
is
with
good.
Adrian, bro.
He took his family out the gut. His dad was like, "Look here, we ain't gonna fuck this money up. We're
Facts.
gonna get this barbershop. We're gonna get this gym. We're gonna get the invest in real estate." And you look at a guy like that, and you look at a guy like Adrian Broner, who dad is probably a yes nigga who ain't got no motherfucking control over him like Angel do.
Yeah, but you can look at Angel and say Angel have a vision. When you look at AB Pops, you can tell AB Pops is rolling off of Adrian vision. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which we don't know though, bro. Which we don't know. So I don't like to. That's why I
So
don't get
I
too
don't like
much
to judge
personal.
neither, but it just looked like
We know though. We know. Shit, you hear me?
Yeah, I just look like, man, like, yes, yeah, I don't want to get cut off. And hopefully he invested his money the right way, man. But
But
we're gonna go ahead and cut out. Tell them where they can find you at.
yeah, y'all can find me, man, Monty Brown TV on Instagram at Monty_the writer. On Facebook, Monty Brown.
Yep, y'all know where to find me at. Boxing Clinic Facebook, Boxing Clinic more Facebook here. Don't forget to check the archives. We did the Blast from the Past review where we went back and scored Chavez and Pernell Whitaker. Make sure y'all head over to Facebook. I'm gonna be putting a link up to vote for the next fight review we do. I think it's gonna be between Bernard and Winky Wright, Corey Spinks, Bernard Hopkins, and we probably put in more candidates and we vote. And next Wednesday or Thursday, I do the Blast from the Past review and rescore a fight. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Lions Den boxing community. Thanks for Monty Brown TV for hopping on.
No doubt, no doubt.